friends, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a first impression on the new Wet n Wild face products that came out. Wet n Wild came out with the Photo Focus foundation, a new Photo Focus concealer, and powder. And this is so exciting because I love face products, and Wet n Wild is definitely, I've mentioned it like a million times on my channel, one of my favorite drugstore brands because they're so affordable, but they have really high quality products. I love like almost everything that I've tried from them. So I am so excited. When I first saw these on their Instagram, I like immediately hopped on their website and ordered it. So I'm not sure if these are available in stores yet or if they're eventually going to launch. If I figure out any other information, I'll list it throughout the video or in the description box. But as of now, from what I know, they're available online. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just get into the review. As always with my foundation reviews, I'm gonna start off with applying the foundation, and then I'll come back in a few hours and check in, and we'll see how everything wears throughout the day. So let's begin. So this is the Photo Focus foundation. This one I got in the shade Soft Beige. I totally guessed my shade online, but this comes with a total of 20 shades, which I think is really good for an affordable foundation. They have a lot of different shades. Like I was looking on their website, they have like yellowy toned foundations, pinky toned, really dark ones. So I think a lot of different people are going to be able to get this foundation and find their color match. This retails for $6, which is insane because so many drugstore foundations nowadays are really expensive. They're like close to the $20 range. So I love how Wet n Wild is keeping their affordable prices. So let's go ahead and just jump right into the actual foundation. I'm going to be using a sponge to apply my foundation because that's my personal preference. I usually don't really like to apply my foundations anymore with brushes. I don't know, I just prefer a sponge. It gives you the most flawless application. So this one is by Ofra. I'll leave it linked below for you guys. So since this is a Wet n Wild video, I'm going to just start off with the Coverall face primer. This is not a new product, but it's one of my favorite drugstore primers. And I usually always prime my face, so I'm just going to apply some of this just because, like I said, I typically always prime my face. Even though it's a first impression, I know a lot of people don't like others to apply other primers, but I would do this anyway. So I'm going to start by just applying some of this on the back of my hand, and then I'll just dot it with my finger on my face. I don't know if this is going to match me, but we shall see. This foundation claims that it is a matte finish and that it is going to give you like a photo ready look. So it's not going to give you a white cast with your makeup, and it's supposedly like your skin but better, but you're still going to get that flawless finish. Those are some of the claims that I got on their website. So let's just go ahead and blend this out. Ooh, blends out very nice. I think this color actually might be my perfect shade. I did have a little bit of acne right here, and I feel like I covered it up decently. I might need another layer. Looks a little bit like white on my face. This foundation is definitely matte finish. I can already see it on my face as being like a matte kind of powdery finish, which I like, but if you have dry skin just right off the bat, I feel like this might not be the best option. I'm gonna do a little bit more just on my cheek because like I said, I have a little bit of like scarring and acne there. The consistency of the foundation is very liquidy, but it's not too like runny or thick. Okay, I like the coverage of it. It feels really lightweight on the skin, which I love. I hate when foundations feel like really cakey. So this is what the foundation looks like right now. Definitely is a matte finish. It doesn't feel drying on my face, but like I said, so far, right off the bat, if you have dry skin, I would feel like this foundation wouldn't be for you because it is like matte. I like the way it covered up my face, and I like how the foundation still looks like my skin. So far, I really agree with the whole your skin but better thing that they have, which is a claim on their website for the foundation. So next I have concealer. I got two shades. I wasn't sure which one was going to match me best. I believe this one comes in 6 different shades. Don't quote me on that. I, again, will leave everything listed below. The first color that I have is in the shade Light Ivory, and then I have another one in the shade Light Medium Beige. So I'm going to start with the Light Ivory first and just apply that underneath my eyes. First of all, I love the packaging. It's just like a doe foot applicator. Very traditional, but I love concealers like this. Ooh. Feels very creamy. I'm gonna definitely have to probably mix the shades because this one's really light. Oh yeah, that feels really creamy, very nice. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more of this light medium beige over top because that color was a little too light. Okay, so that's what everything looks like. I would definitely say the concealer is like solid medium coverage. I like it. Like I said, it's just a little drying. Like, I don't have dry under eyes, but just like blending it out, it's not a very like liquidy type of formula. That's the best way I can describe it. Covered up my under eyes pretty well. I would say it's just a solid medium coverage concealer. My very first impressions of these two products is that they're gonna work the best for oily skin, but again, that could change later on, so we'll see. So next up I have the pressed powder, and this I really like. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of like lifted up. The packaging, it reminds me so much of the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I got mine in the shade Warm Light. And let me just touch the powder. It feels really, really smooth, which is pretty expected with Wet n Wild. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and set my under eye, and I'm going to be using this e.l.f. blush brush to do that. Then I'm going to be using this Vanity Planet powder brush, and I'm just going to set the rest of my face. So looking at my neck right now with the foundation, I feel like it looks a little bit white, a little bit ashy. I feel like it looks more of a contrast on camera than it does in person, but I'm looking at the viewfinder right now and I can kind of see that you can see a bit of a contrast. But I do like the way the foundation looks. Alright guys, so this is what the foundation looks like right now. I really love the finish of it. Even though it is like matte and powdery, my face doesn't feel overly dry. It doesn't look or feel cakey. And I always forget to mention this in my first impressions videos, but my skin is a combo of both oily and dry. So typically in the winter, the bottom portion of my face can be a little bit dry. I'll get a little bit of patches around like my mouth area and like in my nose. And then my forehead is usually always oily, especially in the summertime. But like I said, I don't feel any dryness so far with the foundation. I love how lightweight this powder is, by the way, because I feel like with any type of medium to full coverage foundation, you don't want to go in with a full coverage powder, because then that's when your makeup can start to look cakey and old and just not flattering. So far these are really good to me. And then as for the concealer, I'll have to play around with it a little bit more, but the formula of this, I want to say it's lightweight, but it's still a little bit thicker. It's not liquidy, so underneath the eyes you get that same formula and consistency as the foundation in a way. So once this concealer dries, again, it kind of dries into like a matte powdery finish just like the foundation. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I'll see you guys in 1 second. Alright, so I'm back. I finished up the rest of my makeup, and if you're curious, on my lips I'm wearing the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in the shade Bow and Arrow, and then over top of that I have the Wet n Wild liquid lipstick. Then over top of that I have the Wet n Wild liquid lipstick in the shade Nudie Patootie, which by the way I got this online as well. So this is what the makeup looks like. I think the foundation looks awesome. I'm really impressed with it because even though it's like a matte powdery finish, it doesn't feel cakey or heavy on my skin, and I think it looks really good. So everything glided on. My blush, bronzer, highlight, I had no splotchiness or no issues when I applied that, and I like how I can still see my skin through the foundation. So it's not like excessively full coverage, it's not heavy, and it feels really lightweight, but I still got the coverage that I was looking for. So right now it is 2:20 p.m. It's a little bit later in the day, but I'm going to be wearing this for the rest of the day, and then I'll check back in a couple hours and let you guys know how everything is wearing. So I'll see you in a few hours. Hey guys, I'm back. So it is approximately 9:04 at this point. So I've had the foundation on for over 6 hours, which is normally the normal time that I have on my makeup. Sometimes less, sometimes more, it all depends, but this is what everything looks like. And besides my forehead being extremely oily, I think the foundation looks really good. I did not touch up or anything throughout the day in the clip that I showed you, but I just took the powder and with a Sigma F35 brush, I just literally touched up my forehead and my T-zone just a tiny bit because it was extremely oily. But in the clip that I'm showing you, I had not touched up at all, but I just wanted to put that out there. That's why I don't look that shiny right now. And also you can see the coloring is off. I find that this foundation, like when I applied it, I thought it was gonna like oxidize or nothing. This does not oxidize. It's like a true color. And this one has a little bit of a like grayish undertone for me. whereas you can see like my chest and like my body in general has a little bit of yellow tones in it. So I'm probably going to need a different shade, or I'm going to have to mix this with a different shade to get my perfect match, and then I feel like I'll like the foundation like 10 times more. But I do really like the way that it settled into my skin. It feels really lightweight still, and like I said, besides my forehead, that's really not a big deal to me because that's nothing that a powder or a blotting sheet can't fix. I do feel like this foundation and concealer are going to work best if you have normal to combo to oily skin. Even though it does have like a matte powder finish, your oil still could peek through, but if you use a mattifying primer, I feel like you'll be good to go. The primer that I used earlier from Wet n Wild is not a mattifying primer. It was just meant to like smooth out my face and give me a nice like smooth base for my foundation, so that's why I still had some oil peeking through. If you have dry skin, I would say maybe you could try it with a hydrating primer, but I feel like this is definitely meant for people with oily skin because one of the claims of the foundation is that it does give you a matte finish, so I'm afraid that if you do have dry skin and you try it, it might be a little too drying for you. So as for the concealer, also I think it's really good. It's creamy, it was easy to work with. It's just a little powdery underneath the eyes, so like I said, if you have dry under eyes, I don't think it's gonna work, but if you have oily skin underneath your eyes especially, I feel like it's gonna work. And then for the powder, I do really like it. I used it all over my face as you saw and to set my under eye. Personally, for me, after using it, I'm probably just gonna stick with using this to set my foundation because for my under eye, I prefer something a little bit more bright, like a yellow banana powder, versus this is more of a very finely milled press powder where I like it more for setting my foundation or just touching up throughout the day because it's so thin and lightweight. So everything, I do really like it. Again, for the price, everything's under $10. So if you're on a budget and you're looking for some new face products, I would definitely give them a try. So that does complete this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was helpful. Let me know what you think down below, and if you've tried any of these products, I would love to hear your thoughts as well. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye!